Now we have to do our second row, and our second row is slightly different. It's this row offset. So I need my first one. Oh, my last row here, I've grouped them all. I couldn't remember if I told you that in the previous video. So I need one of these, and I tell that duplicate. And I pull that down so as it just meets those points there. Okay, then I duplicate again. And because I want to use the pathing, I've got to get these as accurate as I can. Now, I don't actually like pathing. I think pathing causes lazy digitizing. It saves you having to think about things. But to use, it's not called pathing in this program, it's called branching. To use it properly, you have got to be accurate, because if you aren't, it won't do the job. And the number of letters I read which complain, it won't work for me. Well, of course it won't work for you. You're not doing it properly. So then I want one of these. Remember, on this row, I had one of these. So I right-click into that one, and I tell it, duplicate. And I lift that down, and I put that into position. And I've got scissors between every single one of these, which means none of them are accurate. Now, I expect a jump from there to there. I'm not worried about that. Okay, actually, I don't really need that last reshape in there, that one. Let me just go and ungroup this. Ungroup, and take that one out. I thought I was doing something else then. Okay, but I do want that one down through to this one. And group. There we go. Now I've got to sort out why I have got these little bits and pieces. Because if I don't sort that out now, it's going to be too late. And look at that. Miles out. And when I read posts from people, I can't do my branching, arrange outline parts, that's what it's called in this program, with or without connectors. It won't work for me. It won't work because of things like this. Okay? You've got to be accurate. So I'm going to drop those off. This one is just a little bit too high. So I want to move that down just a touch. Right. This one is just over that little bit too far. So I move him to there, but this end seems low. Edit. In fact, so does that end. Up and sit on there. Okay. Yeah, now that one I expect to have scissors. Those scissors are gone now. Now let's have a look at this one. You've got to get it right at this stage. So this one is just a little bit too high. Edit. I like those little hairs to match. Snap to nearest. There he is. I'm not going to snap to nearest on this one because this one now is too far over. I'll finish object to that one. Click on this one. Drastic. Move him. I would love to see the ability to move these by 1/10 of a millimeter each time I click on them. We don't have that luxury in this program. It is such a shame because it's such a handy control feature. You know, the ability to use your keyboard keys to just nudge something by 1/10 of a millimeter. And if we do have it in this program, I've never found it. No doubt somebody will write and tell me we have got it. Okay, snap to nearest, that's it. And then tell this one finish. And that last one's okay. So now I'm going to group that. Tell it, group 1. Right. Now I want that one. And I tell that one, duplicate. And I pull that one down. And I position it, I hope, so it's exactly in position. And I'm going to have a pair of scissors for a very good reason, because they all start at one end and they all finish at the other end. And normally I would path it so that didn't happen. But if I did that, I wouldn't be able to show you what's coming next. So now I want that one, and I tell that one duplicate. And I drag him down. And I put the points. Okay, I'm off the bottom of the screen, I know. I put the points so as they marry up exactly where the crosshairs are at the bottom of the curve there. And they're not quite exactly on the bottom. And let's take a look along this side. That side's okay. He's okay. So I'm just going to drop this down by 1. Now I want the one above it. And I right click and I say duplicate. And I bring him down and I put his points exactly on where the cross line meets the up line. And I continue like that all the way down until my screen is completely full of 3 arc tessals. And highlight that one. I'm going to highlight this one. I'm going to tell that generate stitches. And then we're going to go into 3D, increase the magnification, and there it is. The only thing is, we've got big jumps, and we don't want big jumps. So we go back into here, and while it's all highlighted, oh, Maggie, I then say arrange outline parts. Now, I was very disappointed to discover that either I've lost simulated stitch mode or it no longer exists. So now I'm going to take it into Design Editor. And I'm going to tell that cancel. There it is. I just blow it up a bit. Obviously you save this as a separate EOF file so as you can import it into your program. Okay, and I'm going to tell it so. Now look at how it has arranged the outline parts. Everything is beautifully arranged. And that's because if you take the time to match everything up right from the beginning, it makes it so much easier for the program to cope. But you've got to do the donkey work. You cannot always expect a program to do it for you. So those are 2 patterns which I hope you make use of. I mean, I would much rather see that or the clamshells as a fill stitch in a quilting block than that boring stipple. Oh, it's been done to death. Everybody does it. Okay, I'll show you a different pattern in the next couple of videos, but I've now got to stop because I'm getting a fierce headache. I think I need new glasses, and looking at a computer is killing my eyes. That's the jump from the beginning to the first stitch up there. Obviously we wouldn't have that in, and this isn't a whole frame's worth either. I do hope you like these.